Welcome back. Hey, Michael, do you trust me?
Yep.
Enough to try something new.
I guess so.
All right. Close your eyes. Open your mouth. You're gonna try a fish egg.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh.
That was really good. But that wasn't a real fish egg.
No.
I'm glad I trusted you.
Me too. You know, to be able to follow Jesus more, we have to learn to trust Him too. And the best way to learn is to spend time reading the Bible, praying,
And worshiping Him.
you guessed it. Let's dive into worship.
Okay. But can I have another fish egg?
Sure.
When night has fallen, when fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. Echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. And there's no stopping what you have started till it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. Echo in my soul. Smile, everybody.
Hey guys, Ms. Brooke here. What is up? I am so excited to dive into our second week of our new series. This week we're talking about trusting in God. Trusting in God seems like, for some of us, an easy fact, an easy thing to do. Something we do any day, all day. For some of us, trusting in God seems like a big obstacle, something that takes a lot for us to do. So, with keeping that in mind, thinking about trusting in God, I want to talk to you about a story in the Bible. And this is a Bible story you probably already know. It's a really cool one. This one's about Jesus walking on water. So our main character in this story obviously is going to be Jesus, but the person we're going to focus on is Peter. Did you know Peter used to be named Simon? Simon was one of the disciples, and he was actually one of the first disciples to claim his faith for Jesus publicly. So in front of tons of people, he claimed his faith. He trusted enough in Jesus that he wanted to follow him. And because he did this, because he was one of the first people to do this, Jesus gave him the new name of Peter. What a cool, fun reward Jesus gave this man. So Simon, now Peter, had an amazing amount of faith, had an amazing amount of trust in Jesus. I want you to be thinking about Peter while we go through this story. I also want you to be thinking about the word trust. Okay, so this story, if you want to follow along, it's going to be Matthew chapter 14, 22 through 33. And the story goes like this. So Jesus and the disciples were with a gathering of people. Jesus was teaching to these people. At the end of his teaching, he sent the people away, but then also sent the disciples away to go off to the next town. Of course, to do that, they had to go by boat. So the disciples, all of them, climbed in the boat and started sailing off without Jesus. Jesus, at this time, decided to have his alone time with God. He climbed up the tippy top of a mountain and had his prayer time with God. During this time, a big storm came. Waves are crashing, wind is howling, rain is pouring on down. Meanwhile, the disciples are still in the boat, and they're starting to be afraid of what's going to happen. Jesus sees what's happening, climbs down the mountain, and starts walking to the boat where the disciples are. Literally just walking on water, like it's no big deal. He gets to the boat to the disciples, and the disciples, who are already afraid because of the storm, are now afraid because they're not sure what they're seeing. Is that a ghost? They ask. And Jesus says, no, do not be afraid. It is I. Peter sees this and says, if you truly are my God, ask me to come and walk out on water to you. So, of course, Jesus was like, well, come on. Come over to me. Peter climbs out of the boat and starts walking towards Jesus. During this time, Peter realizes the storm. Like, it just dawns on him there's still a storm going on. And he starts losing his focus on Jesus, freaking out and starts sinking and cries out, Lord, save me. Jesus reaches down, grabs his hand, picks him back up, and says, you have little faith. Why would you doubt me? Jesus and Peter then got back to the boat, climbed on in. The storm quit, just died down. The waves are calm. The wind is gone. The sun is shining. Storm is gone. While they get into the boat, the disciples start worshiping and praising Jesus and saying, you are the Son of God. So in our story, we talked about Peter. Peter in the back in the day when they first started, who was Simon, he had amazing faith, a huge amount of faith and trust in Jesus, that he proclaimed his life to Jesus. And because of that, Jesus gave him the new name as Peter. In our story, Peter started out with having an amazing trust in God and in Jesus, climbing out into the boat. And knowing he can't walk on water, he full on trusted Jesus that he would be protected, that he would get him to where he needed to go. But in that moment, Peter doubted and realized what was going on around him, the storm, and started sinking. He lost faith. He lost trust. And because of that, he started falling into the water. So with us speaking about trust, do y'all find it hard to trust God? For some of us, it's probably really easy. Second nature. For some of us, it's hard. And I completely understand that. Several years ago, I was working at a job that I was not happy with. It wasn't a good situation. I needed to get out. I needed a change of a job. I was done working for retail and I needed something new. I just didn't know what that was. I got a phone call one day about working as a nanny. I've never done that before. I had not really a whole bunch of experience in it. I got the job. However, in the process of the job, I wasn't promised a lot of hours. But I trusted that this was God's doing. This was God's plan for me. So I quit one job that was guarantee money and hours that I needed for a job that couldn't guarantee a lot. But I knew God had his plan. He had his hand in this plan for me. And guess what? because I trusted Jesus, because I put my faith in Jesus 100%, I now still have that job that's always provided for me, no matter what. No matter during the time of COVID, no matter what, really. Amazing job that God had a plan for me. Now, I know some of y'all probably don't have jobs because y'all are not of the age, but is there a time that you've ever had to trust God completely? Ever? It could be in different things, and sometimes our parents have the whole job crisis as well. So I bet you've seen it at one point or another. But as long as you trust God, have faith in Him, He can move mountains, complete mountains. Just keep your eyes on God and trust Him. And remember, God was always going to provide. Guys, I'm so glad I had this time to hang out with y'all and talk to you a little bit about Simon Peter and our trust in Jesus. Until next time, guys, see you later. Bye.
You guys showed lots of trust diving your faces into those bowls and pulling out all those ocean animals.
They sure did. The winner of this week's family game battle is the Collard family. Woo!
All right, now it's time to dive underwater to see what else we can find. Stingrays. Look out. Stingrays don't have any bones. Their whole body is made of cartilage. If you want to know what that feels like, touch the top of your ears. They glide through the water, flapping their fins like birds. God gave them a flat body that they use to hide on the ocean floor so they don't get eaten. Oh look, there's a shovel-nose ray. He kind of looks like a shark, but he's in the same family as the other stingrays.
Man, the ocean is amazing.
Yep, and so is Jesus. The more we get to know about who he is, we see that he knows all things, loves us, and wants to be our friend so that we can live the greatest life possible.
And that helps us to trust him.
Yep, let's practice that memory verse again. Are y'all ready?
Come and follow me, Jesus said. I will send you out and fish for people. Mark 1:17.
We had lots of fun with you today.
See you guys back here next week.
Bye.